Greetings to you all! Welcome back to Let's Play the Langrisser, where we have decisions to make, and I currently have Erwin selected. I'm going to be putting Erwin there, not at the front this time, for good reason, which will become clear very shortly. Now he is going to grab some phalanx for me, because in my mind it is Erwin's duties to deal with the... Curses, wrong button! Okay, I'm going to give up trying to accelerate my scrolling and just do it at the nice slow pace. So these guys are horsemen. Erwin's going to deal with it on this side, but on the other side, I'm going to get Lester to deal with them, because if you remember, Lester can now buy phalanx, which is very handy. So he's going to be grabbing those. And I'm going to be putting Hane right at the front. Doesn't look like a particularly sensible move, but it is. And the reason that it is because I want him to be able to hit these fellows with a meteor. It means I want him to be as close as possible, otherwise he's going to have to walk forwards before he can cast. This is all to protect Jessica, because if I don't kill the ballistas ahead of time for Jessica, she's going to run straight into them and die horrifically. Now Cherie is going to stick with her tried and tested bandits, because they're good all-rounders. And then we're going to want Keith on the other side. Keith, the only other person really who's got a nice long-range spell to use. Other people have got things like Tornado, which is fancy and all, but it's no good at shooting over walls, because it is cast around the caster rather than as a targeted tile. So that's not particularly useful. I'll put on Keith over there. We'll get him his angels, same as always. Nothing really beats the angels, especially against the ballistas. As we said before, Lester's going to be grabbing the phalanx, which for some reason are right at the top of his page. Lester will be slow this level. Make no mistake, we're indoors because we're in a cave, which means that Lester's going to be very, very slow. Aaron should have to go forward one tile. Aaron's not going to buy anything because he has no friends and no contacts, and is therefore unable to purchase any mercenaries. Dragoons are going to be bought for Scott because they're... well, not the best unit in the game because they're Royal Lancers, but they're still very, very good. Now, a quick look at the shop. Nothing there we need. Ooh, Arbalest. Okay, fair enough. We'll discuss this with the help of the select button. There we go. Now, what the Arbalest does is it's similar to the longbow. It's a ranged weapon, so it can only be used by Aaron, or technically speaking, only be used by rangers or high masters, of which Aaron is one. But it's weaker, but yet it's stronger. It's considered the better than a longbow because it costs 5 times as much. The difference is, it is a higher attack penalty. Let me clear that for a minute. This one had an attack penalty of 2 and a move penalty of 2. This one has an attack penalty of 4 and a move penalty of 2. So it makes you weaker, but it gives you more range. This actually lets you have the same range as a ballista, which is an incredibly long range. And it makes it an incredibly good weapon for any ranged unit, or ranged commander. So it's a superb weapon, and I highly recommend you buy it. So I'm not going to. Crazy plans, tactics. I couldn't decide, nearly went for Plactics. But no, I'm not buying one of those, for good reason, which will all become apparent shortly. Very slow, very quiet placement of the units. And the event we've all been dreading, Alhazard's revival, the thing we need to stop, the thing that Liana and Lana are here for, Rihanna and Rana, I don't know anymore. Good lord, I'm confused. If anyone doesn't know why I'm confused, then I'll touch on this briefly. What those are just comments on how unchanging people are. When I first played through this game, it was kind of a Babelfish translation, which means it was unreadable and you didn't understand what was going on. But it tended to translate a lot of L's to R's and a lot of R's to L's. This time, I have a proper translation, which translates everything correctly. So, the person who I thought was Elwin became Erwin. In the same vein, I know there are 2 girls called Liana and Lana, or Lena. But I'm used to girls being Rihanna and Raina. Or the other way around, and I can't for the life of me remember, which is quite bad. Perhaps too early in the day to be recording. Ah, well, let's roll with this. So, Egbert, announcing the fact that he was in fact using other people for his own means. Not some kind of blind loyalty, and oh, okay. Now, the second word is Alhazard. I only know this through context. I could not read that. The first letter, or word, I haven't a clue. It looks like a J. I don't know why anyone would use J as a standalone word, so it was probably I. Still, makes no sense. That's a fair enough motive. I mean, in all honesty, that's Bernhardt's motive. Bernhardt did say he wanted the power so he could unify the world and whatnot, but his means of unifying the world involved killing everyone that disagreed with him. So it's not the great unification that we're all hoping for, but I suppose just gaining power is at least more honest of an approach. Scott's eyes faster than everyone else is able to make us jump to the top of the screen instead of scrolling, which is what Hain has to do when he wants attention brought back to him. Okay, so they are Liana and Lena. Right, great. Brilliant. So, finally, if things weren't clear enough yet by what we could read into the situation, we finally know why Liana and Lena are needed here for. The whole reason the Imperial Army wanted them, so that they can unseal the sword. I'm not sure if it's been explicitly said, but it's pretty damn obvious, so there we go, it's now all official. And our plan is a simple one. We must kill Berza before he manages to revive the sword. It's a simple job. That's what we got to do. Start us off with the most beautiful meteor we're ever going to see. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. In fact, if we do it there, we can hit the other commander as well. So as we said, the most difficult thing in this level is keeping Jessica alive, because she likes to charge forwards into ballista range. However, if we do this to the ballistas, then they nearly die. One more meteor will kill all of these things off in the next turn. That's just how powerful Hain is. It's been a long time since we've praised Hain for his strength. I do remember very early on he was the only one who could deal with pikemen, and for that reason he got great accolades. Since then he's been a waste of space, but now he's found his use again with the mighty meteor spell. Now whilst Hain stands there and looks impressive, Erwin's going to leapfrog him and go deal with all of the horse-based units that lie ahead, and Cherie will just follow aimlessly. All to keep Jessica safe. I could move the ballistas up the way, or I could perhaps place the ballistas near the edge of the wall and take a shot over the wall, because, as we all know, ballistas can fire through walls, they're just that good. But I don't need to, because Hain will be able to kill all of those ballistas next turn anyway, even with the 3 points of healing they're going to get. Unless those mages actually have a heal spell, then they might survive. But nevertheless, we'll be alright. We may take a spell each side from the mages, but that's about it. Lester needs to move as fast as he can because he's indoor and he's therefore a sloth. We have... okay, it's perfectly safe. Just counting how far these things can reach to make sure we don't get destroyed, and then realise the fact that I lost count. I established it was a big enough gap and said, oh, great, I'll go there then. And then I realised, oh wait, other units might want to go to other tiles. Maybe I should actually count. So we have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, very good, that is exactly where we can stand. Not that phalanx are going to be in any danger at all if they do get shot, so much so I'm going to put one there. Obviously that one's going to get healed back up, so it's even more resilient. Right, there we go, that will be fine. Everyone else will want to be a little bit more careful. So these fellows can go... That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't get anywhere. Downwards or diagonally, so everyone else is going to be pretty much safe. This is all very good for us. So yes, I didn't buy the Arbalest for Aaron. There's a very good reason for this. I'm not going to say what it is just yet. Many people who have played this game many times probably can guess. But if you haven't played this game before many times and can't probably guess, then feel free to guess blindly and hope you might get it right. If all else fails, just claim you got it right. I mean, nobody's going to contradict you. I don't want to fly too near one of those units, because Keith is the most fragile person on this side of the map. Maybe Scott, but still. Not the kind of man I want to be taking ballista fire if he can help it. The Angels are incredibly tough, make no mistake, but Keith himself is very, very fragile. That's going to do it for turn 1. It's one of those moving forward turns, but at least we've got to cast a meteor. Here's hoping Jessica will help and cast a spell and kill things. Actually, no. Cast a spell and help, but don't kill things, because I don't want you to take my precious, precious experience. Although she's close to a class change. In all fairness, we are an army, because we are about 9/10 of the Kalzath army that remains. It's a simple plan. Egbert then is in charge of defence, him and his sorcerer friends. They're going to try their hardest to stop us from reaching Berza, who's conducting the ceremony. We have to get there as fast as we can to stop Berza, who's conducting the ceremony. This Archmage is going to slow me down with a meteor, because she is a swine. Quite a hit to Lester. His magic defence not as good as some of the other commanders, but he'll live, he'll live. Lester's bonuses, nothing to be sniffed at. It's quite a good thing, because it means that his units outside of water aren't worthless. I mean, Nixie's outside of water are worthless, yes, but Phalanx outside of water for Lester are just about as good as for anyone else, so that's fine. We had to get his job done, and the enemy's coming to us, which means his slow movement speed won't hold him back that much. Do want to hope we don't keep getting meteored every single turn, because that will grind us down a bit. Situation on the left is obviously going to be a lot better than the situation on the right. And some kind of crucifix positioning for these ballistas. Apparently it is the ultimate defense. Wonderful stuff. Strange that a commander would heal itself when it's on 8 HP, but fair enough. It doesn't want to cast. We don't want to be hit by anything. Now, I should be calling it a video here, but I want to drop one more meteor. Make it happen, Hayne. Is that the right tile? That's the right tile. See how we go. He's miles away from a level up, so I don't expect anything like that, but still, should be good. Such a beautiful set. How was it for experience, Hayne? Pretty good. Half a level. Not bad. That's going to do it for this video then. Let's all revel in Hayne's success as he's been petrified as he faces the screen. Hopefully you'll join me next time and we shall continue charging through this cave of great importance. I'll see you then.